Guys, welcome back. I've been buying crap again. £200 I've spent to buy an ST1100 Honda Pan-European. Why have you bought that? I hear you cry. Well, there is a bit of a method to my madness. This weekend I have a brand new Honda Goldwing for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, which I'll be reviewing, and I will be releasing a few videos out on that bike. But it got me thinking, do you need to spend £25,000 or £30,000 on a motorcycle, or can you spend very, very small sums of money? So £200, and the guy even delivered it. 200 quid, this is what you get. Well, it's done 60,000 miles. It's a 98 on an R plate, and yes, it's a little bit ropey to say the least. The guy had it for a few years. He just wanted rid of it. He thought the engine was seized, but we're going to go into all that in a minute. But yeah, as you can see, it's in a wonderful hue of green. Green is my favourite colour. Well, we say green. He's had a bit of a go with the old matte black, hasn't he? So yeah, on one of the pannier casings and on one of the fairings here, but I'll give you a good walk around about that. So if you don't know about the ST1100, it's a very popular bike, or was. They're known for being pretty reliable, but we're going to go into a few faults that they do have. But what do we like about them? Well, I like that it's a V4. That's something a bit different, isn't it? They sound great, well, when they're running, but we'll come to that. And yes, they're just made so well. They really are. I mean, is the ST1300 a better bike? I think you could argue yes, probably to that, but these are so cheap now. I mean, you might have a motorcycle that is useless for touring, you know, you might have something sporty, and you think, you know what, I don't want to get rid of my bike and have a touring bike or an adventure bike. Why not just buy something cheap and have an adventure on? I mean, it doesn't get any cheaper than this, does it? Let's be honest. I mean, you can get really, you know, really decent ones ready to go with an MOT for £1,000 and under. So, yeah, it's not big money. So I'm just going to find out really with this. Is it worth buying? Is it worth sort of having a bit of fun on doing a trip with it? We'll see. But what I'm going to do today, just give you a bit of a walk around the bike, tell you a little bit about the ST1100 Pan-European and what you should look out for if you are going to buy one. I mean, everyone knows I'm a big Honda fan anyway, so I've bought and sold many of these in the past. But yeah, I don't tend to go for them to be this ropey as this one. But everything is sortable and parts are extremely cheap. I bought a new, or I've ordered, there's no point painting it or taking it to a painter. I bought one of these, used one, which is in decent enough condition, for 30 quid, delivered. And when I show you around the other side, he's had another go with the matte black paint, hasn't he? Ugh. So yeah, we'll show you that as well. And yeah, we just have a good walk around, and yeah, I just want you to sort of see what you can buy. I mean, bikes are so expensive nowadays. I think it's just interesting to see what you can buy with such small amounts of cash. Well, enough waffle, let's have a wander around. Right, so here she is in all her glory. As you can see, one careful owner, 7 not so careful. I think she was loved at one time, but yeah, she was sat up, parked up, and yeah, the previous owner went to go and start the bike, and yeah, he was having symptoms to sort of diagnose it being seized. So yeah, we'll go into that in a bit. But as you can see, I've taken the pannier off the side there. I mean, he even delivered it to me as well, for £200. So yeah, it's not the normal sort of thing I'd buy, but I thought it'd make a good bit of content and just be interesting in the world of £35,000 motorbikes. You know, it isn't a powerhouse, 100 horsepower, 80 pounds-feet of torque, and it is a heavy old thing. It's over 300 kilos. It's a bit of an iron pig, to be honest. So yes, that's a lot of weight, isn't it, to muster around, but there you go. It's all part of what old bikes are about, I suppose. I mean, they're supposed to do 44 miles per gallon, but I might be pushing it a slight bit, I think. 130 odd mile an hour top speed. So, you know, it still moves for an old girl, that's for sure. So you can buy them from sort of 1989 upwards. I've seen them even on 52 plates, so even end of 2002. This model was still available. And yeah, to be honest, they get better with age. So yeah, you really want to stay away from the early 89 bikes. Anything sort of post 96 is really where you want to be with a bike like this, because they had different alternators. The original alternators were oil cooled, and they're nothing but issues, and you are going to have a problem. It's not if, it's when. So yeah, try and avoid that and go for the later version. Yeah, so when it comes to the alternator, it's best to go for the 48 alternator, which is in the later version. The 28A is the oil cooled version in the earlier models. So yeah, that's one of their major issues is the alternator. So yes, post 96 you should have a lot less issues. But yeah, rusty swing arms is another major thing with this. Luckily, going through the service history of this bike, it had the swing arm replaced a few years ago with pictures to prove, so that's a plus point. But yeah, that's another major issue these have, and like any bike of this age as well, you know, you start getting ABS issues and stuff, because this bike does come with ABS and some of them don't as well. So you know, if you can get a bike without ABS, a later bike, then it's worth considering. But the ABS 2 with the front link brake is probably the one to have, the later. And I like them in dark blue actually, so that's probably something to look for. They are timing belt actually on these, but they say you don't need to replace them for the first 90 or 1,000 miles, and there's many out there that have done 250,000 plus miles and still going. So yeah, it's not many people would say, oh, don't worry too much about the cam belt. So that's a nice thing. But when it comes to engine stuff, they're pretty reliable. You know, it really is a well put together bike. Is it the prettiest of things in the world? No, look, I mean, as you can see, it's got risers on this one as well. So yes, if someone's wanted to use it. It's done about 63,000 miles, which brings me on to an issue that comes up around the 60,000 mile mark. You can see it's done 63,880 miles, and this is why the guy sold me the bike. He thought it was seized, but it actually turned out to be an issue down here. As you can see, there's a little bit of fairing missing there, and you can just see the alternator in there. Well, the alternator is prone to seize on the stator and sort of give you sort of symptoms that the bike is seized. So you come to start the bike, yeah, so all you will hear is a click, 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 which will give you symptoms to think, oh no, the bike's seized. And you'll try bumping it, you'll try and do all this sort of stuff as you would just to see if the bike is seized. You'll be putting it into gear, rocking it backwards and forwards, and still the bike will still do nothing. The rear will just lock up. But what you need to do is get yourself a heat gun, remove that plastic bit of fairing. You have to move out the sort of overflow pipe there out the way, and just put a bit of heat on the alternator for 30 seconds to a minute or so, and then you keep your fingers crossed. You turn the bike on, we've got a bit of choke, and there you go. And yes, she does run very well. For the age, I won't leave it running too long, I don't want to upset the neighbours. But yes, that was the issue. That was the only problem with the bike. It wasn't even a 30-second fix. And yeah, the bike was running fantastic, but it's like anything with these. It's, you know, it's who's had them, how long they've had them, you know, history you've got with the bike. I mean, the downpipes can rust on these as well. This has got a motard exhaust system, so that's something else to watch out for these. But, you know, the same rules apply to any bike. You know, how long has it been, you know, owned for? Who's owned it? You know, what's the service history saying? When was the last service? I mean, on all the basic stuff. So, you know, there are a few issues some people have with brake lines on these as well. And, yeah, calipers seizing. But, again, if they haven't been used, that's going to happen with any bike. So, you know, they are a pretty reliable old workhorse, that's for sure. It is something you could jump on and go to France on tomorrow. So, do you need a £30,000 bike? Well, I don't think we need it, we want it, but I'm going to see what I can do with this 200 quid bike. I bought a new, as you can see, this is the matte fairing. So again, it was no point in getting it painted or whatever else. I bought another one on eBay for 20 quid delivered. So I'm in it for 50 quid for parts. I'm going to have to get another MOT for it. I've done a bit of a pre-MOT test and it's actually fine. The only thing that isn't working is the horn. So I spent £5 on a horn. The tyres are all good, the fork seals are all good. Yeah, there's no leaking from the rear shock. It's no leaks from the engine at all. All the lights work. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's a pretty good bike. It just looks a little bit rough. So yeah, I'm gonna fit those parts, give it a good clean up, and then in the next video, we're gonna have a test ride and let's see how this bike compares. A £200 bike compares to a brand new Goldwing. Obviously, this was never in the league of a Goldwing to begin with, right? I mean, but it's a big touring bike, and I just thought it'd make an interesting video. So yeah, in the second video, we're gonna take it out. But yeah, as you can see, there's a few loose bits on this. The screen's all loose as well, where he helped me by bringing it down here by putting it in the van and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a good clean up. And then, yeah, the next video, we're going to do a test ride video. And yeah, that will be interesting. I mean, I've ridden these before, so it'll be interesting to see. But by that point, it'll have an MOT and it'll be rideable. We might even do an extended run on it as well. So if you like this sort of stuff, guys, please let me know in the comments. Because I don't mind buying the odd crapper off eBay. And just for your entertainment. As I say, it's not something I would normally purchase, but it kind of interested me for that sort of money, and it's a bit of a no-brainer. I mean, even the Motard exhaust system's probably worth, you know, a good £100 plus. I'm not one to be breaking bikes. I've got no interest in doing that. I like to try and bring them back up to as they were, and yeah, have a little bit of fun, and then someone else enjoy them. So please, guys, please like, please subscribe, and this weekend we do the big test on the Goldwing. So yes, if you'd like to subscribe, if you've got no interest in this video but would like to see that, then again, please subscribe to that, and I will see you guys in the next video.